This is sort of behind the scenes, the technical, how the platform works. The first three of these are the services we're doing for you. So I mentioned a little bit about that data extract. It could be APIs we're using. It could be an FTP process. We do have some customers who want to just send us the data on a regular basis. They have privacy concerns, or they have data that lives in a system that's not accessible through APIs or anything. We also have what's called an extract tool, which is a lightweight application we install on the servers that sends us all the data without APIs. Not everyone's APIs give you all the data you want, in the frequency you want, at the speed you want. And some tricky organizations charge more when you call their APIs. So we want to help you avoid those pitfalls wherever possible. For hosting, we're using Amazon Cloud Services. So we're using the S3 Data Lake. We're using Redshift as the data warehouse, two of the most widely used data hosting facilities out there. And then our visualization engine, as I mentioned, is Power BI. But what most end users see is what I'm going to show you in a minute, which is Acumen, which is the web interface to access the analytics with an easy to use wrapper for navigation, easy to understand walkthroughs to explain what I'm looking at and how I'm supposed to use it, answer questions about it as well. When the data doesn't match up and it doesn't fit perfectly, we anticipate that we're going to run into those challenges through implementation. We anticipate that there's going to be dirty data. We anticipate that some of the systems may not be set up in the most optimal way. Oftentimes we go into these projects and customers tell us, this is how we do our grace period. And we look at the data and we say, that's not what the data is telling us. The data is telling us this. Where do we want to end up? So we've built in those sort of exceptions and variances into the project plan, anticipating that we're going to run into them, because everyone has little gremlins in their data somewhere. No one has perfect data. It doesn't exist, to be honest. How long does it take to build a net new integration is really dependent on what system it is and what phase of the project that falls into. Oftentimes we work through a phased approach where we start with the most important systems and we build off from there. And we would prioritize those integrations based on that. Now, we have a team of specialists who all they do is integrations. Tim Blackstone leads this team. He's been doing integrations with association technology for as long as I can remember. Somebody once said he can integrate with a toaster. So he's amazing. With all technology projects, I never like to give a time frame because it's done when it's done, and it's as complex as it might need to be. That being said, it's normally a quick turnaround. It's normally a number of weeks to build an integration, not a number of months.
Okay.
And if we are unable to build the integration for any reason, and this happens, some vendors, their APIs are very lightweight and they're not designed to pull all the data out. This is actually more common than I thought, is that, you know, the APIs are designed for lightweight push and pulls of 1 or 2 fields, but not big analytics projects where we're scooping all the data. In those scenarios, we default to that extract application. And we typically, if we don't have a pre-existing relationship with that company, reach out to them, explain to them what we're doing and how we plan on tackling this task, and go about the best way of getting that data. So I would say number of weeks, not a number of months. The entire project plan is designed to happen in 3 to 4 months, from signing the order form to you're looking at data inside the tool. We don't want this to lag on and be a year-long project. That's not fun for anybody. We want to get this, we want to get value as quick as possible is our goal. Sometimes there's an Excel spreadsheet on someone's desktop, and that Excel spreadsheet has critical data that's stuck on their desktop, waiting to be corrupted when they drop their laptop or spill tea on it, right? So we also want to teach those people at those times, it's critical to get that data in the data lake. I'll give you a really good example. Here in the States, there's a big aftermarket auto parts show called Apex, huge trade show. They told me they spend $100,000 surveying their members after every trade show. $100,000 just doing a member survey. And I said, what do you do with that data? And so we get a really nice presentation, and there's a PowerPoint, and they show us the insights after the show. And I said, and then what do you do with it? And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, where do you put that data? And they said, it's in that Excel, it's in that PowerPoint we saw. And I said, so do you look at it before next year's trade show? No. Do you ask the same questions year over year so you can track trends and changes? No. So what we recommend is take that data and put it in the data lake. Build a consistent process where next year we're asking similar questions that can be benchmarked and compared against this year's questions, and then put that in the data lake and then run comparisons on it So when you ask me, where is my data? I say, it's in the lake, it's safe, it's accessible, it's designed for analytics, we can access it there. So even if it's in that Excel spreadsheet, which we're never gonna stop people from making Excel spreadsheets, it's always gonna happen. We just wanna teach them how to use them successfully.